1 is Freya Stark. She's by Viking from Ashati. Bred in Ireland, racing for Lisa Marino. Trained by Jude Feld and Alan Severinsen, and the jockey is Dave Patton, the weight 117. Slew of Pearls is number 2, racing for the Royal Lines by Tisami Slew from Cossack of Pearls. Kentucky bred, trained by Edwin Gregson and Fort L. Fierce. Ron Warren Jr. is the rider. 3 is Mr. and Mrs. James Eggety, Something Comfy by Something Fabulous from Prone Position, a California bred, who is trained by Steve Weiberg. Joe Giudice is the rider at 115. 4, Shell Cavalli's Variety Spice by Sylvieville from Variety Sis. She's a cow bred, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer and Dale Bishop. Roberto Gonzalez is the jockey at 115. 5 is Shane's Lass. She races for the Halo Farms, Ron and Fran Stolich by Shane Kite from Metropole's Lass. California bred, also trained by Jerry Hollendorfer and Dale Bishop. Thomas Chapman is the jockey at 114. 6 is Annual Reunion by Cressa Ryder from the mare Love for Life, a Kentucky bred, racing for the Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Gary Jones and Bill Mastrangelo. Robbie Davis is the rider at 117. 7 is Steve Davison's Miss Jessie, a 3-year-old bay filly by Pacific native from La Josie, a Louisiana bred, trained by Randy Gullett. Tim Ducey is the rider at 115. On the outside is Free at Last. She's by Shirley Heights from Brocade. Bred in Great Britain, she races for G.N. Lee, trained by Neil Drysdale and Jim Hilling, and the rider is Lanfranco Dettori. That's the field for the Carmel Handicap. $100,000 guaranteed on the law. Freya Stark moves in line. She's 7-1 on the board. Dave Patton up for Jude Feld. Comes number 2. She's in. It's Slew of Pearls. Ron Warren up for Edwin Gregson at 4-1 on the board. Something Comfy, trained by Steve Weiberg with Joe Giudice currently at 20-1. Variety Spice is in for Hollendorfer with Gonzalez up. She's 15-1. Shane's Lass on the board at 25. Another one of the Hollendorfer horses with Chapman doing the riding. Annual Reunion, Robbie Davis for Gary Jones, Miss Jessie, Randy Gullett with Tim Ducey, and Free at Last for Neil Drysdale, all in line, and they're off. End of the track, Shane's Last breaks the best. That's Annual Reunion out second, Something Comfy. Right there in third. Up the rail, Freya Stark moving for better position. Slew of Pearls goes back and she'll rate from behind. Miss Jessie now in the middle of the racetrack with a clear go. Free at Last is hard into the bit and she'll be pulled back behind the leaders with Variety Spice trailing in the Carmel. It's Shane's Last on the lead, 3/4 of a length. Annual Reunion second. It's Freya Stark down at the rail in third, and this is a creepy crawler pace, very slow as the 5. Shane's Last gets her own way now. It's Miss Jessie in fourth by a neck. Something Comfy tucked up at the rail nicely in fifth. And Free at Last, she's strong into the bit, sixth, only 4 lengths off the lead. Slew of Pearls is down at the rail, and now the pace quickens, and they leave Variety Spice straggling, 10 off the lead. Shane's Last takes them there, 3/4 of a length. Annual Reunion, Robbie Davis now on the outside, too slow. Free at Last, Lanfranco Dettori can't wait anymore. He goes up and challenges. They head to the turn, about 3/8 of a mile to go, and Annual Reunion has answered the call of Free at Last. Free at Last on the outside. Annual Reunion right there. Miss Jessie is making up the ground. Here comes Slew of Pearls, 2, and down at the rail, Shane's Last, they turn for home, and now Lanfranco asks for more. Free at Last takes the lead in the stretch in the Carmel. Free at Last by 3/4 over Annual Reunion, trying to fight back. Miss Jessie's putting in a good run, and she's third in the center too. Free at Last, maybe too good. She's drawn out. She's got 3. No need for the stick. Under a hand ride and under the wire, it's Free at Last. Returning to the winner's circle, number 8, Free at Last. Winner of this afternoon's Carmel Handicap, a 3-year-old bay filly by Shirley Heights from Brocade. Bred in Great Britain by G.W. Lee, the owner. G.N. Lee owned, Neil Drysdale, Jim Hilling trained, and Lanfranco Dettori did the riding in 148 3. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle. Presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Carmel Handicap is Mr. Dennis Richmond, news anchor for KDVU's 10 o'clock news. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Mr. Dennis Richmond. Tenth running of the Carmel Handicap official. It's Free at Last first, 6 Annual Reunion second, 7 Miss Jessie third, 8-6 exacta $40.